GSL. My conscience is telling me. Can't see, can't feel, all I hear is
What's up, guys? We're back here in the GSL Code S. Tasteless is back from his vacation with his brother from a different mother.
That's right.
Artie McTosis, the first of his name from House Turtle Terran.
Well,
Slayer of the Protoss who tried to cheese him.
that's right. You better believe that. Sender of 2 probes against Tasteless, of 2 SCVs to scout the map. Floater of engineering bays into the main base.
Oh, that's
McTosis.
good. McTosis.
But that being said, we just had a really great match, SOS against Stork. Actually, really a fantastic match. SOS squeezes that one out. Stork had an advantage in game 3, but SOS just I mean, his brain is just something else, man. He is so smart.
So we got this great match here, man. This is another one of them. We basically, no matter what, no matter how you pair these guys, it's going to be 5 great best of 3s.
No, really.
Yeah, it really is.
It's really fantastic. And Life has had a hard time against mech recently. And Bbyong is a great mecher. And these maps are not that bad for mech at all. Like, some of them are actually downright broken. I'm sure that, you know, Life is going to be careful about that. But, I mean, this is a match Bbyong absolutely can win.
Yeah, don't count him out. That's for sure. So our map lineup is going to be Coda, Iron Fortress, and then finally Echo.
Okay. I'm telling you, I think Bbyong can absolutely win this one.
Why is that?
I think that Iron Fortress is going to be tough. I think that that's more likely to go to Light. But between Coda and Echo, can Bbyong do it? I think so. If he can win this map right here, Coda, Echo, I would give him being the favorite on. I think that map for mech is like laughable. You can cut the map in half so easy. It's like you get 3 or 4 free bases. So I think if it goes to 3 games, he's got it.
Life won 3 GSLs, but got knocked out of the last. Let's see how he does now. Thank you to our sponsor in the bottom right in the red.
CJ and Bbyong.
Change it up. What do we call him? Bbyong.
Bbyong.
Yeah. In the upper left, our Zerg.
KT를 Star Life.
What if we call him Leaf?
I was actually trying to think of one with that, and I just like, nah, let's let it pass.
I'm really good at mispronouncing stuff. By the way, I just want to say I'm really glad that you're back. Brendan preps me before the cast. He tells me I have to carry my weight and intro one of the players, and I just hate it.
Oh, really? Yeah, the other guys,
he's like, listen, I'm tired of your lazy shit. He comes off as a nice guy. He's like, listen, I ain't no taste. I'm not carrying you through these intros. You take one of those players. And sometimes I'm staring off into space, like you're here, where I'm like, I don't have to say anything for like a good 30 seconds. And I can just like be in my own world and have my own thoughts. And so I'm like thinking about my puppy. I'm like, oh yeah, she's really cute today. Like,
you know, it's funny. A lot of the people that watch probably don't know this about Brendan, but he speaks incredible Korean. His Korean is really good.
He's quite good at it.
I know that we have these interviews that you see where I'm talking and saying what the players are saying. I'm not translating that, guys. Let's make no mistake.
No.
I have the producer telling me, thank you for coming to the studio, guys. We actually got a big audience here today. Make no mistake about that, guys. I'm not bilingual and able to cast. I'm not that badass. But Brendan actually can just...
he probably could. To be fair, he doesn't translate it either.
Oh, he doesn't? When you're... Okay.
No. Actually, every StarCraft show you see, Jay translates. That's a
there's actually... That's our producer, Jay. He's actually... He's the one making
for years, since John, the translator, stepped down from his high task of translating. Which is weird, because it seems like he was born to do it, considering his name is literally John the Translator.
Yeah. His middle name's actually The, and his last name's Translator.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
His parents were really setting him up. But you know what? He rebelled. He doesn't translate as much anymore.
Yeah.
Good on him. Good on him. Find your happiness, John.
Oh my God, you're so funny today. I actually have tears in my eyes. I'm laughing so hard.
Your makeup's gonna run.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, my mascara's running down right now.
It's true, guys. He wears makeup here.
I do. No.
This is my natural skin tone when you see me on the TV. I have no imperfections.
Everybody else has makeup. The Korean casters,
I always sit down for makeup and they look and they laugh. And they're like, oh, Dan, you don't need makeup. You're perfect. Like, we don't need to do your hair. It just always looks great.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I just towel dry it and it looks like this.
Oh my God.
What products you use? I didn't even take a shower today. I don't even know.
Oh my God, my stomach hurts. You actually have to stop, please. I'm gonna start laughing so hard, milk's gonna come out of my nose, and I'm not even drinking milk. That's the only metaphor I can come up with. Okay.
Well, you go ahead and cast the rest of this one. I've done my job.
Yeah, you can put your headset down now and go home. I think you're done here.
I'm going to go chill until Stork plays again, all right? That's all I care about today is whether or not Stork can make it to the next round and my esports fan fiction can continue.
Yeah. That was this term we came up with a long time ago, was the esports fan fiction, where it's like...
Well, we came up with that for strategies.
Yeah, it was the idea that they're doing strategies that can only be comparable.
Use a Nidus? It's like, no, this isn't how the game works, sorry. You can't just use a Nidus to win games. Like, these guys get paid to do this. If this guy's just going to try Nidus, his coach is going to reduce his salary.
This is not a bunch of card tricks, guys. This is...
Can't just hope hard enough that your strat will work. Like... There's a lot more involved.
But the one that cracked me up when I started casting was hearing people talk about they just willed their way.
Yeah.
Like he just got so mad.
Somehow he
just
got
said,
20
I'm going to make so many. 20 mutas. What's he doing with 20? Where those 20 mutas come from? I'm like, well, he did bank like 2,000 gas, right? Like we kind of could have seen that coming for the most part.
To be fair, there have definitely been games. Like, StarCraft II is a beautiful game. There definitely have been games. Yeah, that queen was just so lazy. She got hit there. That was like the Brennan queen hitting the Artosis queen. But there have been games that have been one-off grit. And those are some of StarCraft's finest, like SC versus Nesty in the round of 4. Remember that one?
Yeah, actually, that was
Shin
great.
Peaks of Baekdu or whatever. It was Crossfire, that's what they called it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there definitely are games that are one-off grit, for sure. I love those games. Like, that actually, to be honest, like, you wouldn't call that one grit, but like that one that SOS just had against Stork was just this amazing, like, what the hell, how did you do this moment? You know?
It's true. It's absolutely true. But
that's kind of like willing it in a way. Anyways,
well, that's like a stamina win essentially. But I think grit, the way you say, just kind of hanging in there. But no, I think there's, especially when I was doing Brood War, I talked to people. A lot of people were like, "No, you know what happened? He just got mad. He said, you know what? You're gonna do. I'm just gonna make so much more than you." And I'm like, "Well, no. I mean, there's, it's really like if he doesn't forget depots, like, it's just,
a lot of times it's just a math problem.
Yeah, it's.
Although, I do want to say one time I saw a player get mad and win. I think it was Season 1, Leenock versus Nada. Like, Leenock, like, 4-pulled Nada, and Leenock was nobody.
Oh, then Nada took his jacket off.
Took his jacket off and destroyed him, 2-0.
But the thing was, at that point in time, that was when the game wasn't understood.
Yeah.
To such an extent. Now we got a Hellion drop over here.
Yeah.
That is going to become obviously.
Oh, those Hellbats got mad.
They got pissed. They said, you know what, I'm so mad I'm going to do this different spread of damage.
Well, he's actually being really effective with
Slayer's Boxer Jr. Look at that. Okay, well, this was really fancy by Bbyong, but didn't. Well, unless he gets these drones.
Yeah, no, this is starting to do some work over here. Already killing a lot of lings, already getting a queen. Forcing drones to evacuate at least.
Actually, now he's really going to start dishing out some damage. Yeah.
Look at this. Life just kind of falling apart right now. 8 drones down already, maybe more to come.
And actually, the drones now being tucked up here by the double Evo. So not only is this a lot of worker kills, but also a lot of interrupted mining timing.
Yeah, certainly it is. This has been very, very effective by Bbyong. This is the end of it, though.
Yep. Probably the worst end there. Landed them on the wrong side of the minerals, and then they shot the wrong way. But the rest of that was actually great.
Some Hellions start out their lives on the wrong side of the mineral stasis. those Hellions should be happy that they got to do that much damage, okay? You born with the pre-ignite thrusters. You know?
We all have different walks of life, my friend.
Silver spoon Hellbats, man. You gotta keep trying.
Not everybody's dad could have been Flash, okay?
Not everyone starts with +1 attack, bro.
Some of us started out with 0-0 and willed our way through a 30-minute game to 3-3, okay?
It happens sometimes. I've seen 250 kill units, Tasteless. They exist.
What was the highest number of kills on a unit? Was that Legionnaire,
250.
Brood War, the Reaver?
I don't think that ended up being the highest. Like, that was the highest at one point, I believe, his Reaver.
What was the unit that got the most kills then?
I believe, like, just later in StarCraft's history, there was...
it had to have been a Reaver, right?
I believe it was a Reaver, but there could have been a siege tank.
I'm going to blow your mind. Imagine if that was a Buta.
Holy God.
Imagine the game that was.
What a game that would be. Fan fiction!
Fan fiction moment.
What if it was a Zergling? Then what? Who's like a Zergling, then he was turned into a Baneling for one final hurrah?
The only way we could top that is if it was a drone. Oh, man.
All right, Zergling, you've done so much with this many kills. It's time. You turn him into a Baneling. You load him in an Overlord. He's like, I'm ready. Spray paint silver on his mouth.
I want to go doing the only thing I knew how to do well was kill something.
I'll see you in Valhalla.
Dude, you are...
The devouring one is what we would have to call him.
Oh, man.
Looks like we got
I think I haven't laughed like this in a long time. This is great.
It's because I'm the only thing that brings happiness into your life.
This is it. Yeah, man.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
The rest of my time I spent crying into my pillow until the next GSL.
Well, right now we do have, of course, as we were talking about, it is mech. Not surprised to see that. It's reasonably good on this map for sure. I would even say pretty darn good. It's hard to attack up into it up ramps. Life has already taken like pretty significant damage this game. The fact that you see Bbyong in a supply lead pre-200 supply against Roaches doesn't speak well of Life's position. Roaches are the easiest thing to max on pretty much.
Yep.
So,
and eventually you have to dump those Roaches.
Yeah, their supply stops counting when your opponent is...
It's kind of funny because as you get later and later into the game, it can be a more difficult problem to actually figure out how to get rid of these Roaches in at least a somewhat effective manner, because when they're gone, they're going to, first of all, die very quickly because the Terran's army is going to be completely set up to defend it. As you can see, he's trying to figure it out now. He's trying to figure... He's saying, can I poke in here and maybe do some damage somewhere else?
Can I slow him down or trade these for something?
Yeah.
It's like they reprinted your favorite, card of whatever game that you play, man, and like it's not rare anymore. What are you going to trade those for? What are you going to trade those for, Tasteless?
The thing is, while you're trading that card, you then have to go buy... You can't buy the new card that you want until you get that other card.
That's true.
But yeah, this is a kind of a funny predicament we got Life in here with. Let's talk about something super meta. Do you think, especially in a moment like this, we should have seen maybe drops or something like that a little bit more, maybe a Nidus?
I tell you, some people try drops on this map against Mech, and I think it can work.
But
I think in this situation, that would be like a super all-in. You'd have to get like insane damage off it. But look, right now he's attacking across. We're about to have Vipers out, and he needs those Vipers to have any chance. Because this is a max out Bbyong with Mech.
He's coming right up here now, and also the angling here actually favors the Mechie player.
Normally right before these spines are ready, too.
Normally it's concave versus convex, but when you're Mech, you actually just want to be tucked away in a hard-to-hit position. And so this ramp sort of acts like a filter, but the army is reasonably sizable here for Life. Still, though, not enough.
He did all right. It's just like the Banshees cleaned up everything there at the end, and you got to commit a lot to get rid of those Banshees.
Hellbats are in a good position, because the Thors actually are great against Roaches.
Yeah, they can do quite well unless you have a giant amount. And the thing is, this composition just kind of supports itself all over the place, right? You can't go Mutas to deal with them because Thors will kill it. If you go Hydras, then everything else kills it. And the Banshees are just really what's torn this battle up, and now Life is in a really tough spot. Look at him, 142 supply, making 11 Hydras to try to have something to deal with these Banshees.
Now,
these are...
What?
Wow. I mean, just... That battle was just crazy with the amount of, because when the Hydras died, the Banshees just, they became Manshees. They just destroyed everything here. Look at this. Just target down those Hydras, and no matter what you have left.
I mean, from here, Terra just leapfrogs the siege tanks. Yeah, that's it. GG. Whoa, dude. Life just lost. Guys, remember how Life used to win all the GSLs?
Well,
He was like Pokemon, but with GSL wins, he's got to catch them all.
Wow.
Well, now, he just lost his first game against Bbyong. I think a lot of people, actually maybe not a lot of people, but I think some people would agree with the statement that Bbyong is maybe the weakest guy in this group right now. And
I think most people would say Stork, but
they're wrong.
they could definitely be wrong.
They could definitely be wrong. But, I mean, that was a straightforward win. That was not a lot of fancy play there.
No, I mean, the Hellbat, the Hellion drop into Hellbats did so much damage, and it just lined him up. Like, what Life tried to go into Roach, there was never a hole in the defense of Bbyong. But look, new map, new game, Iron Fortress coming up, mech much harder to play here.
Yeah.
It's a much bigger map. Life has a lot more room to maneuver, a lot more open spaces, a lot more different ways he can move his army around, flank, get in there, do some counterattack damage, that type of thing.
Well, Bbyong knows he won that game, but I mean, this is a long road ahead. He's still going to beat Life, and then he's got to win either he's got to win one best of 3 after that. But I mean, there's still a long road ahead here for him.
Yeah, going up against SOS is pretty tough. That guy is strong in every matchup.
He really is.
But look, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is Life we're talking about. You can beat anyone at any time.
And we're going to be on Iron Fortress. I actually forgot what our second map was going to be. Iron Fortress, yeah, as you were saying earlier, it's going to require a different play style.
You'd think that Iron Fortress, with its name being Iron Fortress,
would be the turtle map. Yeah.
It's not.
No, that's some false advertising right there, my friend. Our game is now loading up. Life, who has won 3 GSL Code S's, which is almost unheard of. It's an incredible feat. Is right now starting off in the round of 32 in this GSL Code S, into a bad start. Can Bbyong pull through with this, or is Life going to bounce back winning this game and the next? Let's find out. It's loaded up now. I'm Tasteless, with me is Artosis, and this is the GSL Code S. In the bottom left in the red, he is the color of hashtag passion.
CJ and Bbyong.
Dull red.
In the upper right, in the blue.
KT를 스타 라이프.
By the way, I want to point out that for about 1.5 years, we've been talking about the fact that Bbyong is underrated and we never really think of him. It's still the case.
Yeah,
Even
that's
when
true,
we draw
actually.
attention to it. Welcome to the studio.
Welcome, guys. Thanks for coming down.
I hope you're listening to our commentary, not music.
Whoa, dude, hold up.
Proxy
man, I love this. This is such a smart build, actually, for this map, especially after game 1 goes. Guys, you know what is the opposite of mech? The exact opposite of mech in every way is to make barracks in the middle of the map.
Yeah, that's pretty opposite. And it's a good choice because this might just give him a free win. If not, that's fine. He's going to Echo, the mech map. They may as well call it Mecho.
Where you can eat your Mechios, man, when you're watching it.
He ate his this morning, I tell you.
Yeah.
He's looking good.
Mechios with your orange juice glass that's shaped like a turret.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You got your siege tank spoon. Did you ever get dinosaur spoons out of cereal boxes when you were a kid, where it was like just a spoon that had like a T-Rex head and you had to like press down on it?
My mom never got the cool cereals with the toys in it. I was always eating stuff like Raisin Bran or something, like those cereals that adults get because they want to think they're being healthier.
Yeah, that's not.
So to answer, no.
I'm sorry.
I didn't have that part of my childhood, Artosis.
Well, you really missed out because dinosaur spoons were the best. Anyways,
I think that was from our age when we were kids. That was like the best as dinosaurs, man. That was like the coolest.
It's still the case with kids, actually. I found out.
Young
Arya loves dinosaurs so much it's insane.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because I'm getting to relearn about dinosaurs.
Yeah, dinosaurs are the best.
Because I forgot most of the stuff about dinosaurs. But I know some of their names still, and I'm going to know all of them again. Because I read her dinosaur books.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
You can bring some of that knowledge to the cast, man.
I will.
Yeah.
I will do that. I'll freshen up. Next Wednesday morning, I'll read her dinosaur book. When she wants the book about kitty cats, I'll tell her no, the dinosaur book, bring it. All right.
We got this attack actually coming up here. Well-positioned 2 bunkers here. Now, note.
Yeah.
He can actually squeeze in between here, and it's going to give the Zerglings bad surface area. Now, the Spinecrawler's coming. Even the best Zerg players in the world, guys, they can still lose to this. So.
Absolutely. It's one of the most frustrating builds to play against as Zerg. Well executed. It's insanely hard to stop.
Actually, I think this might already be on the road to succeeding.
It certainly looks that way.
Marine has not died. He got the first Spinecrawler. There was actually an opportunity for him to get one of those Marines. He didn't get it. Queen's coming down now. The SCV's well positioned. One in the front to kind of block Lings if they come up, but 2 in the back can still repair enough. I mean, this is about as perfect of a bunker rush as you can get.
Yeah.
Now, note this, too. He's pulling the barracks back. He's not just mindlessly making Marines continuing onward. He's going to follow that up with that beautiful command center. And this is like the exact perfect calculation. That's pretty cute, actually, just making sure the bird leads right-click on the SCVs, try to get something out. But literally, that was probably one of the most perfectly executed rushes we will see in StarCraft II. Like, that, there was not a single mistake that was made from the position to the buildings,
Very
the
well
position
said.
of the Marines, to where he chose to attack.
Yeah, we could make like one of those like wired.
Oh my God, it's getting more perfect.
Oh man.
Did you just see him do that?
That was cool.
He actually, I mean, that was not even necessary, okay? He actually took out Marines and timed their attacks in between Spinecrawlers. That is another esports fan fiction moment. Put that in your esports manga comic, okay?
That's pretty awesome. I enjoyed that part.
That literally could not have been more better executed.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. Bbyong really on top of his game here today. And
I feel like that's it.
Life is so far behind.
That's the last StarCraft game that ever needed to happen. We've seen the perfect attack. We know what it is.
No. We need Stork to now knock out Life. I would basically never say that Life's like one of the greatest players ever, of course. You always want him in your tournament, but right now it's looking a little bit rough for him.
Well, we got the hatch being remade here now. Problem is when you have an attack like that work successfully, the way that TvZ works overall, there is, just using the way that we understand StarCraft and have for years and years and years, Zerg should not come back from that.
Probably not.
Probably not.
It's Life, though, and Life can make more things happen with Zerglings than basically anyone else. That's what he's got right now. We'll see how long he can maybe, scare him into not coming down that ramp. I think as soon as the Hellions pop out, though, he's going to start to take his natural. Yeah. Bbyong has a pretty good idea of what's going on. If there was going to be like a Baneling all-in or something, it should have already happened. And I think he's feeling confident from here. I guess we just sit and wait and see what type of unit set he actually wants to go with.
Okay, so I want to talk about something. We're going to have a little bit of downtime here. Have you seen on Twitch? There's this game that people are playing. I've watched people play it, but I don't understand where it came from. It looks not bad, but it looks really weird. It's this game where people kind of drive around in trucks.
Rocket League.
Rocket League. What is that?
Everyone is playing it. It's like you play soccer with trucks that you kind of customize.
It must be
like. Apparently.
It sounds like something that you would have had a weird dream that you'd be like, well, that didn't make any sense, but in my dream mind, that was what was happening.
Is
it awesome? I would like you guys to actually tweet at me and let me know this.
Everyone tells me it's really fun. All my nerds have reported in and told me that it's a really fun game. They're all really enjoying it a lot, which doesn't surprise me because I remember that for a little bit, Star Strikers, which was the StarCraft use map of
a soccer game,
yeah, was super popular and everyone was playing that too. I think, yeah, it's just, I hear it's really fun.
Okay, I should check it out.
Yeah.
Because I just,
You check it out and let me know.
I'll turn on Twitch some mornings and I'll just kind of see what's going on. I'm like, what? I just click here and I go.
Apparently there's like a really high skill cap too. Like the best players are like really good.
Really?
Yeah. Which I'm not surprised. I used to play SCV football in StarCraft 1.
That game was actually,
That was a big skill cap in that.
Well, we got the Banshee coming up here now. And activates Cloak at the last possible second. And he's actually going to attack up over here. And you can't normally do this unless, remember, there was a bunker rusher that succeeded. So you can really pick on a Zerg.
He's got a lot of units right here, man. This is a powerful push. And those Marines behind, that adds range, that adds damage. The Cloak Banshee getting some damage done as well.
Are we gonna have a 2-0 here?
I think so.
I mean, the thing is, normally we see these attacks, they're scrambling to get drones, but because it is such a meaty army here for Terran, I mean, he's doing a lot more damage than you'd expect, and he's able to reinforce it here, and I believe this is the end of the game. I think that this is why the bunker rush is so strong, guys. It's not that the Zerg didn't die. He just lost his hatchery. It's that Zerg need to get ahead, and I guess I'm wrong. Excuse me. There's just barely enough roaches.
Well, the Banshees are like not going down.
Problem is that this is so much damage. He got I'm not even sure how many queens actually. I think it was 4. Or
yeah,
something
he killed
like
4 queens.
So the amount of damage he's dealt here is incredible, and he can do this with another follow-up attack here too. While expanding, it's pretty wild.
He's still going mech. He's just making like a bunch of factories, a bunch of units, but he did a lot of damage there. Life realizes, though, that after holding that, if you have that many units, because, of course, after a bunker rush, you always go double CC. If he had that many units, he knows that all of his infrastructure wasn't up, so Life just made a huge round of drones to try to catch up in economy. So I really like that move out of Life. But, yeah, this is a tough one. Having an edge in going into mech is always very comfortable.
Yeah. Well, the thing that one of the disadvantages normally about going mech is that the other player, the Zerg player in this case, has freedom on the map.
Yeah.
Right? But if you're already ahead and you're going mech, what exactly is the player supposed to do? I mean, you're playing from a deficit against a guy who's getting an army composition that in fact just deals more damage than yours does. So
yeah. Normally, if you don't do damage early on, at least you have like because of that advantage on the map, as you say, like you can take a bunch of bases and then get like every upgrade and get your production really rolling, so you can just put endless waves into the mech army and kill it off. But this time, this is very, very tough for Life. He's down by like over 30 supply right now, trying to get some tech other than roaches and lings.
Well, this is kind of depressing to watch, we might actually see Life lose today, man.
Yeah, I thought coming in today that Life actually was going to have a very hard time because, like, I see Stork as someone who can beat him. I
thought he was going to have a hard time, but I was 100% sure he would get out.
Yeah.
It was the other 3 players I wasn't entirely sure on.
Well, 100%. That's a high percentage, and
that's as high as it goes. In fact, Artosis.
That's pretty darn high.
Some people still 1,000%, but let me tell you something, man. You do the math, you find out that's not such a real thing.
It's not as real, for sure.
No.
But what about 10 people saying 100%? That's 1,000%.
There you go. You broke it again.
Yeah.
Artosis, the breaker.
That's it.
Well, he's going to push forward here.
That's a lot of Banshees.
180 supply push. And the thing about this is that, oh my god, he's going to pull SCVs here.
You mean medics?
Why doesn't he just lift up all his buildings and fly him into the Zerg's base? What's going on? Let's just do everything here. So the Ling counterattack is going to happen, but the question is, does it really matter? The Banshees are going to deal such a ridiculous amount of damage.
All he needs to do is whittle down some of these things that hit air, and the Banshees kill everything else.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of Hydras back there. He's holding on reasonably well.
If he just micromanages the Banshees, I think he'll be okay. Unfortunately, the Banshees are up here in the front, and this is the one thing that he can't actually afford to lose.
Yeah, the Banshees have to do the job here, and they do.
The Banshees are sort of like when the siege tanks are in siege mode. That's what they're there for. They're the damage dealers.
That is a really good way to put it. They are the ones actually winning these fights for him. The other stuff is just like helping him to soak up some damage and kill off the Hydras and the Queens. And look at that.
It's almost comical how quickly everything is dying underneath these Banshees. Yeah. Now there's 8 more Hydras coming up here. Look at that. He's going to kill that Spore. Sport's getting like 3 shots off, and he's already back in business.
Well, running forward, like doing whatever he can with these roaches, but it's just not nearly enough with the Banshees floating over him. And unfortunately for Life, it looks like he's getting 2-0'd, man.
What a day. GG. That happened. Okay. Bbyong 2-0's Life in what was a shockingly one-sided series.
Indeed. Well, I mean, Bbyong going up into that winner's match, I'm actually not too surprised about that. His mech is really strong. Life is kind of struggling against that style right now. That's something in the past he struggled against as well. Like, for instance, DreamHack Finals last year in November or December. Like, Life, he lost to 4GG, who just kept going mech, and Life just couldn't stop it. Here we are again, full circle. Life started being mech for a little bit after that. Here he is again. He's losing all his recent matches to mech. It's tough. So now he has to go through Stork and then someone else. The loser of Bbyong, who's already beaten him, and SOS, you know, a player that can beat absolutely anyone.
Well, this is going to be an interesting match we got coming up here next. This is going to be Bbyong up here against SOS. It should be a fantastic match. We're going to take a short break. When we return, we're going to continue on with today's games here in the GSL Code S.